Good morning, guys. It's officially 2 weeks post-op. So this is the 14th day without counting my surgery day. Bruises are still hanging in there. My nose has been doing fine. He did put a little bit of fat right on the edge because when I smile, my face is so thin that I only had the front part of my cheek. And then because he was filling in the hollow, he figured if he had some extra, he would fill in right here on the edge of the cheek just to kind of finish my cheek because it would just go straight to the bone right here. I don't know, thin girl problems, I guess. I really hope it stays in there, but the swelling is gonna go down and we'll see what ends up staying. It's just really unpredictable when they transfer fat anywhere. Around the eyes, they said that they usually have decent luck, but you just never know. So we're just hoping for the best. Considering it was probably the more uncomfortable part of the surgery was where they took out the fat. I really hope it hangs in there because otherwise it would kind of be a waste, but I'm not gonna think of that. I'm just gonna think of the positive side and hope that it does stay. If you watched yesterday's vlog, I mentioned that on the one side, on the inside of my nostril, like on the septum, there's this tissue part. On some people it comes out more than others, but it's kind of like a bit of a bump, but it's part of your nose. And on mine, it was pretty big on both sides, so it kind of narrowed my nostrils, so there wasn't a lot of room for air to get through because they would get inflamed a lot. I don't know if it was allergies or what, but I didn't want to have to use a nasal spray every single day to be able to have a really open airway, so I had them open that up, so they shrunk that tissue. I think he said by like 20 or 30%. But on this side, I have noticed that it got a little bit swollen and irritated, and it was stinging a little bit last night when I was cleaning it out. So I hope that it's not trying to because there's a chance that that tissue can grow back after they shrink it and it just goes back to normal. So hopefully it doesn't, because then that's a waste of, it's not that expensive, but they added a fee to the surgery to do that. But considering the amount for the whole surgery, that's minimal. So either way, I mean, if it's just maybe irritated and it goes down, like no big deal, but I don't know. It's just been kind of acting a little bit weird, but I'm guessing it could be because of the AC blowing on my face yesterday and drying everything out. Maybe I just needed to apply more of the ointment. And then it's been still sensitive on the inside towards the tip. So when I clean it out with the hydrogen peroxide, it's a little bit more uncomfortable, maybe stings a little bit towards the tip of the nose. But I have been yawning a lot lately, so I feel like I definitely have pulled on the stitches that are still in there because there's definitely quite a few still in my nose. And then on the bottom, of course, on the septum, you can still see them. They trimmed them up, but like you can still see the tiny little white strings if you look really closely. And on the inside, you can still see the little whiskers poking out just by looking up in the nostril, which I'll show you guys what everything is looking like today, nice and up close if you guys aren't close enough already. And also what I'm gonna show you guys, I'm wearing some shorts and I'm gonna show you what my legs are looking like. I just took a shower. I did not shave because I could only count 4 incisions now. So I know that there was 5 because there was 4 patches and then one of them didn't have a patch, and I'll show you guys which one that one was. But I can't figure out where the 5th incision was. But because there's the tiny incisions and they're scabbed, I didn't want to shave and accidentally go over one because that just makes me cringe. But obviously for educational purposes, I'm still gonna show you guys the tiny incisions and what they're looking like on week 2, so you guys can see if they're a little bit bruised or what's going on with them. Honestly, they don't look too bruised, but around the incision, like I was telling you, there's like an area probably like the size of, I don't even know, the diameter of a toilet paper roll. the inside tube, about that diameter, like around the incision, that's still sore. So it just feels like a bruise, but now it's like more localized to just where they went in on each spot. It doesn't like hurt too bad, but still when you sit, it feels like you have a bruise there. It's just not as like in a large area like before. For starters, I'll show you guys my face up close and then we'll move on to the incisions on my leg. My bruise is getting a lot lighter. It's getting there. If you guys watched my first vlog, I've been vlogging every single day, so there's 14 different videos. Every single day my bruises looked different, and if you go to day 1, they were looking crazy. As you can tell, if on week 2 they're still here, you can imagine 2 weeks ago they were definitely looking pretty strong. So they're definitely improving quite a bit. Around the nose, you can see the little incision lines still. You can see the stitches up my nose, and In the middle, you can see the little line where they trimmed the stitches. And then on this side, you can tell that the bruise is still a little bit there, but it's definitely getting a lot lighter. This bruise was not nearly as bad. It started off kind of like a greenish yellow from the very beginning, but it's still a little bit on that spot and right there. And then you see that tissue right in there? It just looks a little angry. I don't know what it's doing. I'm hoping it just calms down. I put ointment up my nose already because I already cleaned it all out and I wanted to make sure it didn't get too dry. And then I still need to apply some arnica gel around my eyes and then I'll be good to go for the day. But I don't know, I might put on a little bit of makeup because I need to go to the grocery store because we don't have any food in the house because we just got home yesterday. And after a month, yeah, the house is empty. Okay, so the legs, that incision there, they did not patch that one. And that one probably, I would say, looks like the biggest scab. This one is on the outside of my thigh. You can see a little bit of yellow right there. This one's one of the more sensitive ones. That one was draining quite a bit during the healing. So that was my right leg. And then on this one, it's like already almost totally healed up on the inside. At least it looks that way. If I was to push on it, that might be a different case. It's probably still sensitive. You can almost still see some of the marks around. So it's right there. It almost looks like one of my freckles. It's very light, but you can still see some of the lines that they drew to mark the whole area of where they extracted the fat. That one didn't drain either. This one is one that did drain also, so it's on the similar spot than the opposite side. Right there, and that's also one of the sensitive ones. And I know there is a fifth one somewhere because I had 4 patches and that was not counting the first one that I showed you guys. So I cannot figure it out. I don't remember which leg. Either way, apparently it must not be very noticeable and it's probably one of the first ones that healed. I feel like there was 2 incisions that were super light when I uncovered them and they were just already, they looked like they were gonna close up really easy. So just like the one that I showed you guys on the left side, on the inside of my thigh, you could barely see it already. So the 5th one is probably, it looked just like that. So it's probably just healed up. Oh, sorry, there's like a hair on my face. I'm gonna show you guys also the bruise that I had on my upper thigh on the back. Yep, still there. So that's probably the biggest bruise that I had out of everything. That's the only bruise that I saw. But like I said, I didn't have a full length mirror the whole time that I was over there. And I mean, on this side, I don't know with this lighting if you can tell, but it is a bit yellow and green all through here. So when my nose itches, it just always itches right around because it's like peeling and healing. So the 2 side incisions, those were the most tender because sometimes laying on my back, it was putting pressure on where they took out the fat because they took it from the back of my thigh. And so that would get uncomfortable. So I would try to lay on my side and then I couldn't lay on my side because that's where the incision was. So it was just kind of uncomfortable. Now I'm gonna finish getting ready, maybe put a little bit of concealer on just so I can go out in public and not get weird looks. We're finally back in Colorado today and it's just this beautiful overcast weather. I love it out here. And there's all these pretty wildflowers just growing everywhere. So it's awesome because in the spring, there's a bunch of wildflowers and then in the fall, there's some different wildflowers. So this is the first year that I've lived at this house and there's just all these new flowers always popping up that we didn't know were there. It's really cool. I'll keep you guys updated on whatever else is going on today, any new healing things that I experience. Every single day I feel like I pointed out something new. So make sure that you guys watch every single day if you're trying to learn about what it could potentially be like to recover. If you guys want to know from my experience, what I experienced with the fat grafting to the under eyes and with my rhinoplasty, I'm going to be telling you guys about it every single day. And I did so far. So I did pre-op and post-op. I haven't gotten any steroid shots or anything. He prefers that everything heals naturally. And then if it's necessary, they can take the next step. So hopefully I don't need to get those and hopefully my swelling is all down within 3 months. And I know that it's not 100% in that amount of time. It takes longer, but as long as it goes down a little bit, I'll be happy. I love the rain out here. Every time I turn on the camera, I realize that I have a little yellow spot on the bottom of my cheeks because I don't put my concealer all the way down. So my bruise is still there. But the rest of it is mostly covered up. And then I only put makeup around my eyes. Like I didn't do my nose or the rest of my face. But it's been raining today and I love the rain so much up here in the mountains. It is just, oh, I can't even explain it. It's beautiful up here. But Utah was so dry. I think we might have gotten rain once in all of this past month that we were out there. And out here, it was raining like every single day before we left. And we just got back and it's still raining and it makes me so happy. The sun did shine for like a minute, but I just love the balance. In the mountains, when it rains, it's just awesome. When it's sunny, it's awesome. When it's snowing, it's awesome. It's just always awesome up here. But yeah, so with the makeup on, looks a whole lot better. I don't look nearly as scary. Okay, breakfast, check. Well, breakfast at lunch, 2 p.m., check. Woke up kind of late and got out the door a little late as usual. Should have probably gotten a cup of coffee. I think I'm ready to start drinking my coffee again because I haven't been drinking coffee all month because it triggers my anxiety, and so with all the stress and everything and healing, and it seemed like it was a better idea not to drink it. But I want to do everything I can to keep the swelling down or going down as quickly as possible. So maybe I'll look into some teas because I have a bunch of different teas in my house. I might do that to get kind of a little bit of caffeine. Well, just got back from the grocery store and I, for some reason, feel so self-conscious just walking around. There was a girl that just happened to be looking at me and I had it in my head that she was staring at me. I don't know, my cheeks are still super swollen and I think I look normal, but to me, when I look in the mirror, I look weird. So I feel like everyone can tell that my face looks super weird, but I don't know why she was looking at me. But then I was like, I had in my head that everyone was like staring at me for some reason. So I'm just so freaking self-conscious because of like the swelling and the bruises that I'm covering up and everything. I really think that once the bruises are down, I'll feel better because I just feel like everyone can tell that I'm like covering them up. And so they're probably like thinking who knows what. Anyway, and my nose is still super stuffy. I applied ointment when I got home, but like it's just so swollen in there that there's just not a lot of air. So I keep having to breathe through my mouth because I live at 8,400 feet and so you need oxygen. I am going to try using my Afrin spray. I've already been using it for about a week and they told me to only use it about a week. They said after like 4 days to only use it once a day. So I haven't used it today. I'm going to try spraying it. I really don't feel like it does anything for me though. And I'll get back on here in about 15 minutes and let you guys know if it did anything because it seems to like always swell up just the same whether I use the Afrin or not. We'll see. Fingers crossed that it does help, but I'll be right back. So it's probably been about a half hour since I sprayed the Afrin, and I don't understand what the point of the Afrin is. Like, it does not work on me. It feels like it may work if the inflammation was like up here, like in my sinuses, but inflammation is happening like down here. It feels like this part of my nostrils is swelling on the inside. So it's not doing anything. I did make some green tea and I'm gonna drink that and maybe, I don't know. I looked up because I mentioned earlier that I wasn't sure if coffee caused inflammation. It's actually totally the opposite. Coffee has antioxidants that reduce inflammation. So it would actually be good to drink I mean, I don't know about be good to drink coffee, but it wouldn't be bad in the case of wanting to be careful with like swelling and whatnot. So green tea, same thing, antioxidants that reduce inflammation. So I looked up both of them just to make sure. Thank you, Google. Apparently I can drink either one. I'll probably start with green tea because it makes me feel like it's a little bit healthier and I don't add a bunch of sugar. I don't add anything to it. I just make green tea and I drink it. With coffee, I put creamer and sugar in it. And also it's just a bit stronger. I think, at least for today, I'm gonna do green tea. Who knows, maybe the green tea will be magical and it will fix the swelling in my nose. And it's weird because it only happens during the day and at night I feel like it opens up a bit. I don't know what it is. Maybe like laying down makes, I don't know. But when I'm sleeping, I feel like I can breathe just fine. Just wanted to show you guys what the end of the 14th day is looking like. So pretty much the same as this morning. So the swelling inside my nose, it didn't go down after I drank tea or whatever. I'm still gonna try to be drinking tea or coffee every single day and see if maybe that helps. My nose just feels about the same. It feels more open just because after cleaning it, it just makes it feel like you're able to breathe a little bit better, but you're cleaning everything out. So in turn, you're unblocking things. So it does make it easier to breathe a little bit better, but the swelling around the nostril is definitely still very much there. Other than that, it's not bad. I think as soon as my cheeks start to calm down and start to look normal, I won't be as self-conscious about all of it. I think it's just the combination of everything that has been making me kind of like a little bit self-conscious. Like when I went into the store today, I felt like, oh my gosh, can they tell that I covered up the bruises? Because then if you can tell that someone's trying to cover up bruises, then it's like you're wondering all these things. So that's why people like might stare. Totally might have been something different. The girl might have casually thought that she recognized me. I mean, it could have been anything, but in my mind, it's like if you're self-conscious before surgery, you're probably going to be self-conscious after surgery. Things don't just change mentally just because you change something externally. So that's definitely something that I personally need to work on. But I definitely think that just a little bit more time, getting used to the new look, and also just the swelling and the bruising going away, I'll be okay with the nose and everything. I definitely do like the way it's starting to look. It's just little things, but I know it's inflammation. If it's not for the inflammation, I'm pretty sure it's gonna look good. And I think that'll just make such a difference. And that's about it for today. Nothing else has been going on, so I will catch you guys in the morning with some more vlogging, telling you guys what else is going on. Oh, one thing that I did notice is when I put on chapstick, I still can't rub my lips together. Like, I can press them together, but as soon as you start rubbing them, it would tuck your lip in and it pulls right here. And not that it hurts and not that I can't, but it pulls on it and I don't feel like I should be pulling on my top lip. So I've been avoiding it and just kind of trying to rub in my chapstick without rubbing my lips together because it kind of feels weird still and everything's still stitched together. So I just don't want to like be pulling on it or anything just yet. But yeah, so that is it for today. Thanks for watching and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.